Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Keeping up with the kids' growth spurts might mean it's time for a bigger fridge. Don't worry, at Quartz, we've got you. Save $1,000 on a Midday 30 cubic feet side-by-side fridge. Or maybe you're ready to turn your home entertainment up a notch. That means a larger TV. We've got you with an LG 70-inch Smart UHD 4K TV. Excited about making your new home feel more like you? We've got you. Get the Perth 3-piece living room set with a cup holder for only $4,999. Or shop Ashley Furniture Clearance for great deals and free furniture pieces today. Need a better mattress for more restful sleep? We've got the size and comfort that's right for you. Save $400 on a Restonic Comfort Care Pillow Top Queen mattress. Shop today and pay later. Whatever you need, we've got you. With up to 30% off store-wide. Quartz, bringing value home.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves is urging the Vincentian public to be cautious when having barrels sent to them from overseas. Prime Minister Gonsalves, while speaking on state radio, warned persons not to accept the barrels or boxes of which they do not know the contents of, making note of an alarming number of illegal firearms being smuggled in via this method. We hear more from the Prime Minister.
I want to advise people, do not allow any and anybody to send box or barrel for you. And if you don't know where somebody going to put in a box or barrel, don't let them send it for you. And when somebody asks you that Mavis or Jonathan, send in a barrel for them or a box, but they would be in the country, they could put it in your name and you clear it for them. I'm advising you to be careful.
The Prime Minister said there has been an increased detection of illegal firearms at the Camden Cargo Port, in particular thanks to the installation of a scanning device.
We have operational down at Camden Park Port, where 90% of the stuff comes in the containers. We have a sophisticated scanner established there now, and we can see the guns coming in, We can see where we're bringing in, even before the box is open or the barrel, because some people try to conceal some things in some very clever ways, which a manual search may not pick up. And we're in the process of installing one in Kingston.
That was the Prime Minister, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. Prime Minister Gonsalves reiterated his calls for persons to be cautious when accepting barrels from overseas, warning that innocent persons can find themselves in trouble with the law if they are not careful. Alden Thomas, a Park Hill resident, has been charged in connection with the discovery of two bodies near the Park Hill playing field. The two murder charges were laid against 26-year-old Thomas on Wednesday, April 10th. The charges come just 2 days after the bodies were found. According to police, the alleged offenses occurred between April 6th and 9th within the 2nd Magisterial District of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It is claimed that Thomas, with malice aforethought, unlawfully caused the deaths of Mr. Barker and Mr. Smart by an unlawful act. Police, in official releases, while emphasizing the importance of the public's cooperation in their investigations, said they were steadfast in their commitment to a thorough investigation. The charred bodies, found on Monday, April 8th, near the Park Hill playing field, were identified by family members to be Marvin Barker and Calvert Vert Smart. Police initially announced the launch of an investigation into the matter in a release dated Tuesday, April 9th. In their release, the RSVGPF said police officers were alerted to the presence of two partially burned bodies found at the rear of a dwelling house in the vicinity of the playing field. In response to the report, officers arrived at the scene and confirmed the presence of two male bodies, both of which were partially burned. Still on the local scene, Youth in St. Vincent and the Grenadines are being encouraged to take advantage of an opportunity to pursue an education overseas. Applications for the Isle of Man, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Education Program, ISEP, and Scholarship are now open. The program, which creates an opportunity for young Vincentians to study at the King William's College in the Isle of Man, is tailored for teenagers who are about to embark on their pursuit of their A levels. Parents are being encouraged to take the opportunity as they are being assured that their children will be well taken care of. This assurance came from facilitator Kimsha Williams in an interview with the API. The program aims to provide education to Vincentians who are in financial need, as well as to promote studying, volunteering, and interacting with people from all over the world. On to news in the region. Gun violence has claimed another life in the Bahamas. The Royal Bahamas Police Force said it received a ShotSpotter alert around 11 p.m. on Wednesday about a gun being fired on Cowpen Road in Nassau. When officers arrived, they found the body of a man who is yet to be identified lying near a fruit stand opposite Montgomery Avenue with an apparent gunshot wound to the head. This murder took the Bahamas' 2024 homicide figure to 38. Speaking with reporters at the scene of the crime, Chief Superintendent Michael Johnson appealed for witnesses to come forward and assist police with their investigation as they were unable to determine how the man got to the area or his identity. Chief Superintendent Johnson said police remain concerned about the crime wave spreading across the Bahamas. The Director General of the Statistical Institute of Belize, SIB, Diana Castillo Trejo, says the country's population has been growing at a slower rate than was previously estimated. After the preliminary results of the 2022 census showed that the population had increased by 23% since 2010. The SIB earlier this week released the preliminary findings of the census, showing that over the 12-year period, the population had increased by just over 75,000, with the data showing that the population has been declining by a larger number each year. But the SIB Director General said that while there have been declining marriage rates, the number of people reported in common law partnerships has increased. She said that the decline in population is consistent with the trends observed in a number of other countries around the world. On the international scene, a major power plant near Ukraine's capital, Kiev, was completely destroyed by Russian strikes early on Thursday, energy company Kontranergo said. Tripilia Power Plant was the largest provider of electricity for three regions, including Kiev. Centrenergo chairman Andrei Hota described the scale of destruction as terrifying. Russia has long been deliberately and systematically targeting Ukraine's energy system. Mr. Hota said that the morning strikes destroyed the transformer, the turbines, and the generators. According to the BBC, a fire broke out in the turbine workshop of the Tripilia plant, located 50 kilometers to the south of Kiev, following Thursday's large-scale airborne attack. The Centrenergo boss said the plant was targeted by multiple missiles. Staff on shift were able to escape, he said, but they ran for cover as soon as the first drone hit. Residents were urged to shut their windows, charge all the devices, and stock up on water. Finally, in sports, a Spanish tennis player has been banned from the sport until 2039 after admitting to 35 corruption charges. 29-year-old Aaron Cortez fixed the outcome of matches for money, bet on tennis, failed to report corrupt approaches, and gave money to tournament officials in exchange for a wild card, said the International Tennis Integrity Agency. It gave him a 15-year ban and fined him $75,000, of which $56,250 is suspended. The offenses took place between 2016 and 2018. The International Tennis Integrity Agency was set up to safeguard the integrity of professional tennis worldwide. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 o'clock for WeFM's 3 p.m. news. WeFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Quartz St. Vincent Limited.
Just for you at Quartz Optical. Get 15% off. When you bring in your prescription from any other eye care provider, we'll give you 15% off the cost of your frames and lenses. So visit us today and get 15% off. Offer valid on cash and credit purchases. Conditions apply. See in-store for details. Quartz Optical. Value you can see.